Hello, beautiful ladies of the Queens of Mindset and Manifestation Facebook group. Huge thank you to the lovely Priya Shah for creating this platform for us to be able to connect and learn from each other and build thriving businesses alongside one another. If you never came across any of my content or you don't know who I am, which that is perfectly fine. There's so many people, wonderful people out there building businesses online. I want to introduce myself. My name is Vanessa Ann Miller, and I work with women entrepreneurs to align their energy with their goals, their big goals, to quantum leap to the life and business that they desire. I'm so excited to be here going live with you to talk about sales confidence activation. I was intending on doing a slide deck, but then I thought about it. I'm like, what feels really good is to have a conversation with you around this confidence that we need when it comes to talking about our business online or even in person. So as you come on, please say hi. Don't leave me hanging. Let me know that you're here. And if you happen to watch the replay, just hashtag replay. Let me know that you stopped by. So let's go ahead and get started. And I want to know, if you don't mind telling me in the comments, what intrigued you to want to show up to this live, to this training? Is it that you're having some kind of fear or insecurities around sales or even marketing, because both sales, marketing, and prospecting are my thing? So please let me know what your feelings are around sales. If you just let me know in the comments what you're feeling about your current sales strategy and your current sales mindset. And as we go through this training, if there's anything that I can tailor for you, any kind of message that I can tailor for you to help you in your business, then I will definitely do that. So let's get started. Hey Priya, I see that you're on. So let's talk about this sales confidence activation. Why many people don't feel confident at times when it comes to talking about their products or services. Usually it is an ego that is in the way of their confidence. And so a lot of times our ego projects our fears and insecurities onto other people. So whether that is our audience on whatever platform that you're on, or maybe it is the person that you are about to get on a sales call with. You see, the ego just likes to remind us about how our insecurities and our fears are in place to keep us safe. And so when we allow our insecurities and our fears to project onto our audience and to project on the people that we are about to have a sales conversation with, we allow that to affect our energy and our strategy. And it trips us up. You see, a lot of times people think that, oh, I'm going to get into this sales conversation and they're not going to really want this. And I don't even know, if they're the right person for me. And, they all their fears and all this starts coming up, right? You see, there's this thing called the reticular activating system. It is a heat-seeking missile for your goals, not a psychic. So a lot of times people think that the things that they're feeling is a sign of what's to come. But it's actually the other way around. When you are in this mindset of, this is not going to work, they're not going to want to talk to me, or they're going to tell me no, or I'm going to have to chase them and it's going to probably be more effort than it is rewarding. So I don't know, maybe I won't show up fully, maybe I'll just see if they want it, or maybe I'll do this little thing of, get really nervous, not intentionally, all of a sudden you get nervous when it's time to bring up So do you want to move on to the next step? Do you want to sign up? You go, so do you want to move on to the next step? Do you want to sign up? You get all high pitched because you're nervous about it, because your ego is reminding you of all the other times that you asked for something and it didn't go the way that you wanted it to go. But remember, your reticular activating system is not a psychic. It's not predicting what's going to happen. No, it is what you program into it that will happen. So when you lead with, this is going to happen, that is going to happen. Let's see here really quickly. Priya said, I used to run a copywriting business and get on sales calls with CEOs of companies. In the beginning, I would freak out so much. Yeah, sometimes you just kind of freak out at the beginning, and then once you get used to it, then you're like, I got this. And so there's a 3-step process that I like to go through when it comes to activating any kind of confidence, whether, again, it's sales or marketing, prospecting. And that 3-step process is to release, then you reframe or restock, then you reboot. And all through the entire time that you're doing this, you're allowing yourself to reject the things that come into your reality that do not align with the goals that you want. So before I go into each of those steps a little more thoroughly, I want to talk to you about this time in college that my college roommate went to go see her sister. It was the holidays, and she went home to see her sister, her older sister. She loved connecting with her. They were like this. They grew up so close. And her sister was unable to really spend so much time with her because her sister's friend was dealing with a really bad breakup. So her sister went to be with her friend. And what my college roommate told me was a situation of this friend of her sister who was just so into this trance of this breakup that she hadn't left her house for a couple of weeks, maybe even longer. And she was just really so sad, not realizing all the things around her were either falling apart or just, they weren't working. And so she loved to bake. That was one of her outlets, was to bake. And so the sister said, hey, let's bake together. Let's use some baking therapy. I would love to know, whenever you just need an outlet to heal, what do? I like to meditate. But let me know what you like to do. Some people like to paint, draw. Well, this girl liked to bake. And because she hadn't left her house for quite a while, a lot of her food, all the groceries in her pantry and in her refrigerator, were beginning to spoil. So as my roommate's sister started pulling things out so they can bake together, they were baking from scratch. So they're pulling out the flour, the milk, butter. And she started to realize, as her friend was stirring things in, and her friend didn't realize this, that the milk that she was pouring onto the flour was starting to curd. It was expired. And the flour probably had been there for longer, obviously longer than those 3 weeks that she hadn't gone grocery shopping, but it had been on her shelf for years. And it started to have these little bugs in it. So as she was watching her friend cry and mix things together, she was like, wow, she's really in this trance and not realizing that she is trying to use baking as a healing process for her so she can get the results that she wants, but she's using ingredients that are expired or spoiled. They have little mates in them. And she didn't even have butter, so she had missing ingredients. And so when they were done baking, my roommate's sister didn't want to eat it. And the girl really she just baked it to bake it. But the moral of the story here is that she was using the baking as a healing process. And she had a certain result in mind, to have a cake that she wanted to eat and to feel good about not only the flavors of it, but feel good about the process that she took to make the cake, because she liked the baking. But the ingredients she was putting in there were spoiled, and so she didn't get the cake, and she didn't enjoy the process because she was so in this trance of heartbreak. And so the results were you couldn't eat them, inedible. And so when you are taking this 3-step process to really activate your confidence, it requires that you release the things that no longer serve you. So whether that is picking out those little bugs or completely like throwing that flour out, throwing that milk out and buying new stuff. And then you reframe things, you restock, if you will, the thoughts that you put in to your head before you're going into a sales conversation or showing up online for your community. You restock it and you reframe it with different words, more empowering words, and you switch your language around. A lot of network marketers come to me and they say, because they're one of my clients, yes, releasing is important. They're just one of the types of women entrepreneurs that I help. They come to me and they tell me, I want to build a thriving business. I don't want to attract people that I have to babysit. Excuse me. And I don't want people that only want the discount. And so they're completely focused on all of the things that they don't want. And their reticular activating system, that heat-seeking missile that they're sending out, is bringing back what they don't want because that's what's being programmed. And so changing your language with forward language about what you do want is step 2, is the reframing and the restocking. So instead of, I don't want to go into this sales conversation and get ghosted. Be open to what you do want and use forward language. So that might look like, I want to go into this sales conversation and get a yes or a no. I will honor a yes or I will honor a no. Hey Priya, if you're still there, my phone is saying that I have logged out, which sometimes it just says that and I'm not logged out. So if you could just drop me a hello if I'm not logged out, and you can tell me if I'm still here. I'll keep going just in case. And so when you restock your mindset with the language of going forward to what you want, okay, cool, thank you, then it reprograms your reticular activating system to go for exactly what it is that you want. And then there are going to be some times where you're climbing that, you're like, things are good, I'm releasing. You're like, oh, I can just feel it. I'm releasing, I'm restocking, I'm reframing. And then, oops, something comes in, and then you're going to just have to delete that. And then just step on top of that and keep on going. Do not put that into your circle. And then you're going to come to step 3, where you actually completely reprogram and reboot, which is kind of like the whole process of it all. It's step by step, layer by layer, that you're going to be releasing, you're going to be shedding, and then you're going to be reframing or restocking to reprogram and to reboot. You see, you were born with confidence. You were born with all the answers that you need to be able to reach the goals that you desire. To build that business, to have that life, to have that love of your life, to have the family, to have all the joys and happiness. You were born with that. And it takes remembering that by removing the things in your mindset that are covering it up. And so this sales confidence activation is nothing that you can not do yourself, meaning like you can start the process. It's nothing that you need to change about yourself or improve about yourself. It's the removing of those thoughts that are weighing you down and allowing the activation to naturally happen. Let me see real quickly, how much more time do I have? Oh, great. Plenty of time, it looks like. I might be able to do a tapping. And so, I want to make sure, we're going to go to strategy. When you are allowing this release to happen and you're reprogramming, you're reframing, then you are open to, you have more clarity. So you're open to the possibilities of what if this does happen? What if they say yes? What if I do make 10K, 20K, 30K? What if this does happen? Because now you think it's possible. Well, now you know it's possible. And you have more clarity to take action on the things that align with what you want. You see, a lot of times people think, I'm not getting the results that I want. Let me look at my strategy. Let me look at my behaviors. What were my behaviors? What was the actions that I took? What was the strategy I took to get these results? Let me change it up a bit. This is not working. But in fact, your behaviors, your actions are going to be driven by your thoughts. So instead of changing up your strategy or your behaviors, your habits, assess your mindset for when you took the actions that you took to get the results that you got that you no longer want. Because that is where your clarity is going to help you get the results you want. Let's see here. Yes. Sometimes you have to work the strategy until it works. Now, a lot of times people think, it's the strategy that didn't work. It's the people that were around me that didn't work. And those are the things that need to be released from your mindset. Because as long as you are going to be at effect, you're never going to be able to have that mindset that's going to bring you the clarity to act on the things that are going to be more aligned with the results that you want. And so now that you have that clarity, so let's fast forward, and you're taking the 3-step process of releasing and reframing or restocking, and then rebooting and reprogramming. You're taking those actions and you're rejecting and deleting anything that comes into your awareness that does not align with the goals that you want. Now you have the clarity. And now you're like, okay, how do I make sure that I get that yes? How can I get that yes when I talk to someone about my products or my services, or for network marketers, maybe their business opportunity? You would start by, again, the release of the outcome. So it's a releasing, but this time it's a releasing of the outcome. Detach from the outcome. And then you take action from your aligned confidence, because you have been just shedding all of these things that no longer serve you. So you're going to be lighter, more clear. But more importantly, this is the time to connect with someone, your prospect, your potential customers, on a deeper level. You're not going to go into a sales conversation and be completely one-sided about, how am I going to get that yes? Yeah, I said that, you're probably thinking, how am I going to get that yes? But when you release the outcome of like, okay, I'm not going to be so focused on the yes, I'm going to be focused on the ecology of the sales conversation. And if them saying yes to me is going to be good for them, And is it going to be good for me too? And is it going to be good for the people who are going to be impacted by this decision? When you take that approach in your sales conversations and in your prospecting, your marketing, then you take the pressure off of people feeling like they need to tell you yes, or feeling like they can't tell you no and they must run from you. That is what a true confident person does. They honor a yes and they honor a no. And they allow that to show up in their energy for the people that they're talking to. And so, I want to press OK, but I think it might log me out. I have a big old white box on my face. I can't even see my face right now. So, when you want to have a conversation with someone, first you got to check yourself, and then you got to completely understand them on a deeper level, because you want to meet them where they're at. Yay, I'm still here. Okay, good. Because you want to meet them where they're at. You don't want to ever pressure them to buy your products or services or join your business opportunity. You want them to feel like they are in charge of their decision, which they should be. And knowing them requires some market research. And so that's where the strategy comes into play. My success formula that I teach my one-to-one clients and in my programs is that you must have mindset, strategy, and action all in place in order for you to find the success that you want. And that can be in life, not just in business, to be able to have mindset plus action, or plus strategy plus action. And so the strategy part of this all is that, okay, so now that you have worked up the courage and you're confident and you know that your ego is what's projecting your insecurities and your fears onto other people whenever you are having these conversations, it's good to know who you're talking to, how do they want to be spoken to, what to say, and for what purpose. Because as long as you are going into a sales conversation with an agenda or an intention to serve yourself, it's going to unravel all of the work that you have done to build that confidence, to unpack all the things that weren't serving your confidence. Because then you're going to get results that you don't want. So let's recap here, and then we can do a little tapping. Yes, we have some time. Perfect. We'll do some tapping so that way when you leave from this space, you are able to push through the energy that may be stagnant, might be holding you back, that may be making you feel like, I don't want to take action today. And then you can start journaling about the things that you need to release and what you can do to reframe some of those thoughts. Remember, using forward language, not about the away language of like what you don't want. You want to talk about what you do want. And then having a plan for a consistent practice of this 3-step process. And then if you want to, just go ahead and maybe even write some of the things I'm going to be saying, or I'm sorry, you're going to be tapping. But after you're done tapping, rewatch this and then maybe write down some of the tapping commands there. So if you want to practice tapping after, over and over again, you can. Or just create your own tapping commands. And so if you're new to tapping, what that is that you are going to be tapping on certain meridian points around your upper body, and I'll walk you through that. And the idea is that the areas that you're really tapping at allows you to align and release any things that are, like I said, holding you back. So there's a couple of ways to do the tapping. You can do the tapping with starting to talk about what you want to release, which is what I like to do. So it might sound counterintuitive to start tapping about something that's negative, but we want to bring it to, like open into the awareness, and then release it. And then we're going to check in, and we're going to see where we are on a scale from 0 to 10 as far as the confidence we have about sales. And then we're going to start the embedded commands of what we do want to feel when we are in sales conversations and we're marketing ourselves. So right now, just drop in the comments from 0 to 10, how confident are you feeling when it comes to having conversations about your products or services? 10 being that you're not confident at all. In fact, that you might even feel so unconfident that you don't want to take action. You might be feeling paralyzed from taking action, analysis paralysis. Or you're at 0 and you're like, I feel good. I can talk to anyone about my products or services because I know that what I do serves them and serves me. Okay, excuse me. So what we're going to do first is we're going to tap on the karate chop point. And then we're going to move on to right here between the eyes, and then on the side of our eye, underneath our eye, underneath our nose, right underneath our lip, and collarbone, and then right at the brow line and at the head. Okay, so let's start. I'm gonna move my hair out of the way so you can see where I'm tapping. Here we go. Oh, I love tapping because even if like I feel like I'm completely confident, it just helps to really feel good. It just helps to feel more aligned. So even though, you just repeat after me in your mind or out loud. Even though I don't feel completely confident right now to show up in my business, I deeply and completely love, trust, and accept myself. And even though this confidence really bugs me, I deeply and completely love, trust, and accept myself. Even though I wish I had more confidence to show up in my business, I deeply and completely love, trust, and accept myself. This lack of confidence. This lack of confidence. This lack of confidence sucks. Don't like this lack of confidence. This lack of confidence keeps me stuck. This lack of confidence. This lack of confidence feels cruddy. This lack of confidence is keeping me stuck. Oh, this lack of confidence. This lack of confidence needs to go. This lack of confidence needs to leave. This lack of confidence no longer serves me. This lack of confidence sucks. I do not like this lack of confidence. Oh, this lack of confidence. This lack of confidence blows. Okay, I know we have limited time, so we won't go through too many rounds. So now is the time you've released a little bit, you've addressed what your fears, you face your fear, and it's like that lack of confidence. You're like, okay, this is it. This is what I don't like. And you've tapped through it. So now let's check in where you're feeling on that 0 to 10. And hopefully you've come down a notch or two. And if not, that's okay. Just keep tapping through it. But now let's program your unconscious mind with some positive embedded commands of your confidence. Like we want to activate your confidence now. So here we go. And we're going to be focused on the positive. But maybe I am confident. I know I'm confident when I wear that red lipstick. I know I'm confident when about my knowledge about my products and services. I know I'm confident when I talk to my customers. I am confident. I exude confidence. Confidence is in my energy. Confidence is in my physiology. I am confident. This confidence is leading to my wealth. I'm a confident, wealthy woman. I am confident. I embody confidence. I am so confident. It feels so good to be confident. Confidence is me. So sometimes people will go through the fingers, maybe even say it's this or something better. I know we have limited time. We're wrapping up now. But I want you to gauge how you're feeling now on that 0 to 10 scale. And I'm hoping that I'm trusting that you came down a notch or two. Now, there is so much to say around mindset and strategy and taking action and around confidence when it comes to your sales and marketing. And I would like to invite you to continue this conversation inside my Facebook group, The Aligned Network Marketer. It is for people building their business online that are networking online and marketing online to build their business. On December 21st, we're going to be kicking off our... Oh, thank you, Priya. On December 21st, we're going to be kicking off the transformation and integration season. And what that is that we're going to have 12 small or mini lives every day from December 21st to January 1st at 11:11 a.m. Central Time, where we're going to be walking you through just like little mini shifts in your mindset so that on January 2nd, you can join us for a new moon manifestation ritual to set the intentions for your 2022. I'm really excited about that. We will be doing some more tapping, and then we'll be doing some journaling about 2022. And then we will use time techniques to put your goals into your timeline. It is a visualization practice that will be on January 2nd at 6 p.m. Central Time inside the Aligned Network Marketer. It will be streamed inside to the Facebook group, but we'll be meeting on Zoom. And then on January 10th is the integration part of the transformation and integration season, where we will be talking about activating your magnetic leadership in the magnetic leader activation. Yes, I love the name activation. And so that is a 4-day event with 3 days of live training, and then the 4th day a Q&A. I'll tag the group and you can join there. And thank you so much for tuning in. So whether you're live or you are on the replay, if you'd like to get to know me more, you can message me on Instagram, Vanessa Ann Miller, or you can go to my website, vanessaannmiller.com. All right, see you later.